Hi everyone, this is Eldad Amara. I'm just going to jump straight into this video. Listen, words are spells and they're very, very powerful. There's an old saying, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. What a load of shit. What a load of bullshit. Words can hurt you. In actual fact, words can hurt you more so than a good physical beating. Sometimes words can be more effective. It can be more detrimental. It can have a much more lasting physical and mental effect on a person than beating. Now, the Collins Dictionary, the definition of a word, it says here, smallest single meaningful unit of speech or writing, promise or command. So, the definition of spell, a spell, spelt or spelled, give in correct order the letters that form a word. Now, listen. You can have one word and it can have more than one meaning. The same word can have more than one meaning. Check this. Spell. Formula of words supposed to have magic power effect of a spell. Fascination. So words can conjure up fascination. It can conjure up certain imagery, yeah, it can bring up certain emotions, and the people that run companies such as the TV, newspapers, billboards, radios, they know about the power of language and how language can conjure up feeling and emotion. It's very, very, very powerful. Words are extremely powerful. Check some of the language in our TV news. Some of the language such as housing crisis. Housing crisis. The power of those two words together. Housing and crisis. Housing and crisis. And the way in which the words are said is also very important because the words will carry a different tonation, different tones. Crisis, 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 house, house, different tone, different frequencies. Words are extremely powerful, and how you put words together is extremely powerful. And as I say again, it can have quite detrimental effects on people. And it doesn't necessarily have to be for bad. It can be for the good also. Words are spells. Words are extremely powerful. What's another word they use quite a lot in the news? Terror, terrorist, terror, terrorist. Check the tones again. Terror, terrorist, terror, terrorist. Different tones carry different frequencies. What is the definition of terror? Terror, great fear, terrifying person or thing. Terrorism, use of violence and intimidation. So the use of violence and intimidation by some terrorist organization or some terrorist group conjures up fear. Conjures up fear in people. So the people who control the media, they know exactly how powerful language is. It's extremely powerful. They don't just use any words, and They use combinations of different words to conjure up certain feelings, certain emotions, okay, to create certain vibrations. Another word that they use quite a lot, hate speech. Hate speech. What is hate speech? The definition of hate: dislike intensely. What is speech? Power or manner of speaking. So you put the two words together. Hate speech. Very powerful words. Very powerful language. It conjures up in people's minds. Hate speech. What hate must look like. What it must feel like in the minds of the public. And you see, when you're speaking to your children, you have to be very careful about what it is that you're saying to them. Because at the end of the day, if you start using a lot of negative language around them, and especially if you're targeting the language specifically at them, it can have detrimental effect. Detrimental long-term effect. And as I say again, language is extremely powerful, and the different tones in the words, the different tones in the language is extremely powerful, and it carries different frequencies, different vibrations. You turn around and you say to your kid, you turn around and say to your son, for example, you know, I hate you. You're just like your daddy. You got to be very careful what it is that you turn around and you say to your children. You imagine turn around saying to your son, I hate you. I hate you. You're just like your daddy. You're no good. You're just like your daddy. No goddamn good. What do you think it's going to do to your child long term? Think about it. The mental anguish it must have on a child's mind to hear that, and to hear that probably day in and day out. It's not good. You turn around and you say, you cow. You cow. And again, as I say again, the different tones and the different tonation. So when you say bitch, biatch, or bitch, different tones. It carries a different frequency. It carries different energy and different emotion. So listen, as I say again, language is extremely powerful. You see also with language, you see also with words, words can be quite confusing. The English language especially is a very, very confusing language, because you have the same word that has 2 or 3 different meanings, the one word. And then also you got the tones of the words. Sometimes you can't differentiate 2 words that sound similar, right? You can't differentiate them, yeah? So the word right and right, the R-I-T-E, that right, some people pronounce it writ. And the R-I-G-H-T, they sound very similar. Let's take another word. Bear and bear. Bear and bear. The B-E-A-R, bear, like an animal, and the B-A-R-E, bear, as in bearing oneself, bearing one's gift. Bear. They both sound the same. They both sound phonetically the same. And it's the same with where and where. The where, in terms of a river, okay, an embankment, and where. Like, where is that person? Where's that person just gone to? The W-H-E-R-E. Where? I want, where is the where? Where's he gone. Where is the where? Very confusing. The English language, right? They speak in this kind of double tongue. It's very confusing. And later on, I'm going to do a video about contracts, right? About terms and conditions. And now you should really be very aware of the language that's used in these terms and these conditions in a contract. I'm going to give you the two different definitions, okay, of right, the R-I-T-E, and the right, R-I-G-H-T. You see, they sound the same phonetically. Yeah, when you listen to them, it's hard to differentiate between the two of them. Okay, but anyway, the Collins Dictionary says right, or writ, some people will pronounce it, the R-I-T-E, form of practice or custom, especially religious. Have you ever seen the film The Rite or The Writ with Anthony Hopkins, when he's casting out demons and he's using words to cast out demons in the film The Writ or The Rite? Which pronunciation would you use? Is it the writ or is it the right? Because some, as I say, will pronounce it writ, R-I-T-E, or right, R-I-T-E. Still the same word. Tonation, slightly different. And now you got right, the R-I-G-H-T. What's the definition? Just in accordance with the truth. Right can also be a direction. So you got two different definitions just in that word. Right, the R-I-G-H-T. Just in accordance with truth. That's right. That's right. We should all have the right to vote. Yes, that's right. We should all have the right to vote. Yes, that's right. We should all have equal housing. That's the R-I-G-H-T. But also, the R-I-G-H-T can also be right, as in direction. Go and turn right at the end of this road. Go to your right. When you're driving, move over to the right hand side. Move over to the right hand lane. Right and right. The word is spelled the same but has two different meanings. Now there's something called homonyms and homophones. I want you to go look up these words. Homophones and homonyms. Okay? You have the same words sometimes and they have different meanings. And then get back to me and tell me what these words mean and what the difference is between the two of them. And listen, if words weren't powerful, check the Catholic Church. For example, when they have what's called exorcism, these words in exorcism, in order to try and get rid of bad entities, bad spirits in people, right? So therefore, words are extremely powerful, and words do have meanings, and words carry different tonations, and they have different meanings. That's what I'm telling you. The tongue is mightier than the sword. It was written in the Bible, the tongue is mightier than the sword. Right, check this quote. This shows you just how powerful language is. It's extremely powerful. It's the one way that we all communicate is through language and through words. The tongue is a fire, a world of evil amongst the parts of the body. It corrupts the whole person, sets the whole course of his life on fire, and is itself set on fire by hell. With the tongue we praise our Lord and Father, and with it we curse men who have been made in God's likeness. Out of the same mouth come praise and cursing. My brothers, this should not be. James chapter 3 verse 6 and James chapter 3 9 verse 10. Verses 9 to 10. You see, the same mouth that you can use to praise somebody, or you can use to curse somebody else. That same mouth that you're using, you can use to either praise somebody or to curse somebody. People often do it. They'll praise somebody and then at the same time maybe cursing off that same person, or praising one person and cursing out another person. You see, I even use the word cursing out. Cursing out. What is a curse? It's something that you're putting on somebody. It's like some kind of spell. Your tongue is much more mightier than the sword. This is part 1 of this video. I'm going to go into part 2, where I'll be looking a little bit more in detail at words. I shall also be looking at contracts and the terms and conditions within contracts, and how these contracts can leave you feeling quite spellbound by the words and the language used in contracts. Eldad Amara with another video, over and out.